There's a new thing that I had gotten recently in the mail. I got it the other day, and it's supposed to allow me to turn this piece of metal, well, my 425E, it allows me to use this when I only need to. So, how do I explain this? What it does is it allows me to convert one of these propane tanks. Gotta move over. I don't know if I'm in frame, but it allows me to convert one of these propane tanks and to use it with the 425E that's known for using Coleman fuel, white gas type things. And it works exactly the same way. You put the generator in right here, and I've seen videos of this up on YouTube, but there's only like one or two of them. So why not add a more in-depth version of it? So this is what I'm doing. But it allows me to convert one of these propane tanks that you would usually use for a regular newer stove and use it with my old 425 that, you know, if I'm out of fuel or if I'm running a lantern or if I'm outdoors doing something and I'm running fuel and I just don't have any white gas or unleaded or something with me. So, you know how the white gas works is, for people who don't know, you have your red tank here and you have to lift this up, you have to let the generator heat up, you got to turn this twice, pump it about like 50 times. Let the pressure out because I want to set that out. And then you got to fuel it, well, fill it up whenever needed. And this can be helpful at times, but I mean, what if you don't want to do all the work? What if you want like instant flame, or you know, you just don't want to have all the weight from carrying this red tank? Well, I actually got one of my stoves. I got two of these, and I took the red tank out of that one, and well, actually it was a gold tank. It's an older, it's a 425B. And what I did was I took this out and I put this piece here. And what you can do is you can get these on Amazon for 15 bucks, and that's how much I got mine for. And which I'll link in the description below. Yeah, but I took the old tank out because my friend doesn't like using these things, and I replaced it with this, and I told him if he wanted to use the stove, he could just plug in a propane tank to it. So how it works is that you're going to take this piece here, and what I found is the easiest is I've seen people try and stretch these things, the little spring right here. Well, let me walk you through this. This is basically, you got your on off, and then you got your spring here. But yeah, it's pretty basic. What you're gonna, I've seen people try and stretch them by hand, but that's not always helpful. So what I like to do is I like to put this in all the way as I can, run it all the way forward so the spring is clipped here on the body of the suitcase, and then I like to pull it back, and that gives me more leverage to put it in the slot. As you can probably see, it looks exactly the same to what other people have. And it's really easy. It burns much cleaner than the white gas, and you don't have to wait for it to heat up. I'll move that far away. And it allows me to take one of these propane tanks and just switch it up, or I can take the 1 gallon tank and hook it in there and use my stove then. So first I gotta, if I can, I gotta tighten this in there. Just take a moment. I could be outside right now, but it's raining, so I kind of don't want to. And then I got one of these, in my last video I talked about the Coleman's spark lighter. Probably one of the best things I've had because it works in the rain, surprisingly. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this on, take a look. So I don't have to wait for any additional heating up. I don't have to wait for the fuel to get sucked through the generator. I don't have to wait for any of that, which is nice. It's an instant flame and it's an instant burn. And it's a cheap way of, you know, not having to buy fuel all the time, because the white gas for about a gallon of it is like $15 where I am here. But for one of these little tanks at Walmart, it's give or take $3 or less. And if you have the 1 pound, the 20-gallon tank, the white canister you see with the grill or something like that, they make adapters where you can fill them up, and that's what I've been doing with this one. Is I've been filling it up every single time, and I mean it works splendid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it on. I'm going to turn the knob slightly. I can already hear the fuel coming out. You just saw the burst. I'll turn it off. There we go. And then you can just see it come out. It burns so much. Crap. It burns so much quicker. I just turned it off again. I didn't mean to. It burns so much quicker. There we go. It burns cleaner, quicker, makes the same noise, but no problem. And I mean, like any normal one, if I were to turn on this side, there we go. This would be your main burner and this would be your secondary burner. And I turn them on, you can see them both working quite well. If I were to turn this one, close this one, this will be my main burner. And it works the same as using white gas. But unlike the Coleman fuel here, if I turn it off, I gotta relight it. And that's what I found to be my biggest dislike about it. But otherwise, yeah, it works good, burns hot, burns quick, and it burns a lot. I would say it burns a little hotter than the red tank, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, but I'll do a closer look of view and then, yeah. Let me see if I can zoom in. So, as I said before, what you're going to do is you're going to turn on this knob when you want to turn it on, light it. That would be your main burner. You can turn it down. There we go. That'll be your main burner, and if you want to light your secondary burner, there we go. Turn them on. There they are. And it's absolutely splendid. You can turn them down, turn them up, and it just burns so much better. Let me zoom out here for a second. So that's my little display or tour or review on it. I mean, I'd give it a 5-star rating. It's good, but it's not the best. I'm still a white gas person. I still like using the Coleman fuel, but I'd say if you want a cheaper, easier way to light and use one of these suitcase stoves that you find at the thrift store or something, and the tank seems to be all rusted out or something, cheap and easy solution. Fixed, works great. So I hope this helps somebody, and I am not responsible for anything you do whatsoever. This is just an educational video on the product here. So